Welcome back, guys. I'm excited about Webcast number 5. I'm Thad Mott.
This is Rick Hook, and since it's Webcast number 5, high five for number 5.
I love it.
We're going back to some of our prior webcasts that we created to just remind you of all the pieces of information that you can, think of again. Some of them are common sense, but we talked about with Eric Clark. We went through a little bit about the change curve. And on the change curve, there's those 6 steps, and there's an implementation dip where you're going to go down, and it becomes real negative, and then you start to work your way up. And we're doing that at Orion Tech. We're on our way up. And 2 weeks ago, we were out in Kentucky at our Hebron OPS, and they're on their way back up. It's just change is very difficult for all human beings to handle. It doesn't matter what it is.
And we're in the technology space and Orion, the financial space, and change is going to happen. Mm-hmm. And we have to embrace that and recognize it's a process. Mm-hmm. And,
we're beyond the denial stage. We know it's going to happen. So we're beyond the blame stage. That occurred for a little bit in a while. And we're beyond the doubt stage, and we're starting that incline. So it's going to be fun to watch us the rest of this fiscal year.
Well, we're excited about Webcast number 5, and in the book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, begin with the end in mind. And Kelly Waltrich is going to talk to us. She's the vice president from marketing, and she's going to talk to us about mentoring and how mentoring was so good and so important for her in her leadership and establishing her team. And then Mike is going to transition to talking to us about alignment and how alignment is key to our success.
Yeah, we hope that you're going to definitely gain some very powerful insights to each of these webcasts, and especially today's. And Kelly and Mike have some great information, so let's move right forward.
All right.
Hi everyone, I'm Kelly Waltrich, your CMO here at Orion, and I am your next stop on your journey through the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. My chapter is about beginning with the end in mind. I actually think that this is a perfect tie to beginning with the end in mind. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself and my journey to leadership. My parents and grandparents will tell you from a very young age, they knew I was going to be in marketing. I have so many home videos of myself trying to sell my parents their own things back to them in creative ways. My dad has always said that I could sell popsicles to Eskimos. He jokes about that all the time. I've just always loved kind of getting in people's minds and understanding what makes them tick, which is, I think, what helps me in my career. So I graduated from James Madison University with a degree in marketing and communications. And I came out knowing that I wanted to do marketing. Every commercial I saw, I thought to myself, I'm going to make commercials like that someday. So it was really just a matter of the industry. I had school loans to pay back. By accident, I landed in financial services. I ended up working for a wealth management division of a bank and for 3 financial advisors. I fell in love with them right away. They were such great people. I learned so much from them. I loved their clients. I got very intimately involved with their lives and helping them reach financial freedom along with those advisors. I got my series licenses, my 7, my 63, my 66, and I was ready for what was next. And I looked around this company that I was working at, and I realized that it was all men. And there were a very few number of women, all of which were the assistants of those men. And I thought to myself, this is a really interesting dynamic. I wonder what the rest of the industry is like. So I started doing research, and you all know, you don't have to look very far to realize that we have an issue in terms of gender in this business. So I thought to myself, what a great opportunity. There are so many opportunities for women in this business. Knowledgeable women can rise really quickly. So I sat down with one of the advisors that I was working for, who was my mentor at the time, and we plotted a path through the industry that would teach me everything I needed to know to get where I am today. I wanted to lead marketing for a large, successful financial organization. And so we talked about needing to understand the difference between institutional and retail relationships. We talked about needing to understand the difference between captive and independent advisors. We talked about needing to understand all of the products that advisors sell and the financial planning side of things. So I went very strategically from company to company in my career, checking those boxes along the way to make sure that I had all the knowledge that I needed to support marketing for an organization like Orion. When I came to Orion, I had left eMoney Advisor, most of you know that, and a team of 25 marketers. And I came to Orion, and Eric and I had lots of conversations about, how we would begin to build this marketing team. And in 2017, I was allowed to hire 2 people. So it was 2 people and me. And so what I could have done at that point was hire what I needed at that moment to do the jobs and the responsibilities that we had that day. But the smarter approach to that was to think about, what does a marketing team look like down the road in support of a business that looks like Orion? As big as we are, as fast as we're growing, the products that we're putting out, the leads that we need to support our sales pipeline. And so while I was only allowed to hire 2 people the first year, I knew that if I could prove what we could do and the impact that we could make, that would continue to grow, and that I needed to pick team members that were going to be a good foundation for a larger team in the future. So I think you've seen that pan out over the last couple of years. At the end of this year, the marketing team will be supporting 3 companies under the North Star brand, and we'll have 26 and a half employees to do so. So beginning with the end in mind and filling in positions all along the way has been a huge help in making sure that we have what we need to support all of you and your efforts to grow Orion. You all work for Orion. You know how quickly everything moves. And in marketing, we're moving at 1,000,000 miles an hour a day. We have hundreds of projects in the works at all times. So by beginning with the end in mind, we're able to set goals and plot a path to them and kind of weed out all of the other noise so that we're not getting distracted by things that just don't matter and that won't help us grow and won't help us meet and exceed our goals. So without even thinking about it on this team all the time, we're beginning with where we want to end up so that we can put together strategies, channels, types of promotion, you name it, that will get us to those very specific goals. And I think that's probably true of a lot of the teams in this company. You probably do it without thinking about it. But if you could make it more a part of your daily exercise to think about, where do you want to get? And what is the best way, the most effective way, the most efficient way, the way that's going to make you enjoy your job the most to get there, I think we'll all end up in a better place.
Hi, my name is Mike Wolbecker, and I am part of the Leadership and Development team. Beginning with the end in mind is a far-reaching principle from the 7 Habits book. Kelly Waltrich gave us a great example of how she used this principle to help build and construct her team. Beginning with the end in mind means that you have a clear understanding of your destination. It means that you know what you are trying to accomplish. At Orion, our vision is to innovate, disrupt, and win. That is our overarching goal. That is the end we have in mind when we begin something. We want our teams to innovate to solve problems creatively. We want our business model to disrupt the industry. We want each of our clients to win. Beginning with the end in mind means we don't do something that will take away from our client's success or from our success. It also means everyone is rowing in the same direction. One way your team can align itself with the Orion vision is to work together to describe how your team does what it does best. We all strive towards the same vision, to innovate, disrupt, and win, but each of our teams offer a unique service or approach on the road to that vision. Here's an example from our team, the Leadership and Development team. We thought of words that communicated what we do best. We narrowed down our list to 3 words that communicate how we meet the vision of Orion. These words describe us now and what we aspire to do. So here's our team's example. The Leadership and Development Team helps Orion innovate, disrupt, and win by inspiring, equipping, and encouraging our leaders. Now, this is a simple process, but it gives our team something to rally around and communicates how we operate, as well as keeping everyone on the same page. So now it's your turn. Off the top of your head, list a word or 2 that describes what your team aspires to do. Write some of those words down in the comment box. Following this webcast, we'll give you more resources for helping your team write your own hybrid mission statement. As you're reading the book along with us, you may have noticed that Stephen Covey spends a lot of time discussing the personal mission statement. When Patrick Clark, the late founder of Orion and father of CEO Eric Clark, taught the 7 Habits principles to his own team, he had each one of his managers write their own personal mission statement. Today, we want to follow in Patrick's legacy by offering a unique approach for One Orion. At One Orion, we value everyone's contribution, and we would love for each of you to write a hybrid mission statement. Here's how it works. First step is to complete your Orion Strengths Assessment. You'll learn a lot about yourself and a lot about your team. Now pick one of your personal top 5 strengths. Next, link that strength to one of Orion's 5 core values, a value that currently resonates strongest with you. To put your hybrid mission statement together, simply follow this easy-to-use formula. Read over Orion's core values, innovate, trust, invest, excellence, and accountability, and then choose your strength that will help you meet that value. For example, I value trust at Orion and use my strength of positivity to build trust with my clients and team. Imagine if each team member aligned themselves with their team. Imagine if every team aligned themselves with One Orion's vision. Then imagine what One Orion could do in the marketplace. It takes the vision of innovate, disrupt, and win to a whole new level. And what a great word picture of effective people rowing in the same direction, all with their individual strengths. Until next time.
So that was really good by Mike, and talk about the amazing things that can happen when everybody does go in the same direction, have the same vision, have the same purpose. We're on the same team. Our team has gone from an individual silo where we located and worked specifically with just Orion Tech to, boom, expanding to all Orion companies.
Absolutely. And as we were going through that process of going, why do we exist? What is our purpose? We landed on that our job is to inspire, encourage, and equip all leaders throughout all the companies at Orion.
And when you're working, and this is part of that change piece, one of the things that was brought out during the reading there of this was that activity trap. People think they're so busy they've got to do their activity, and they get so caught up in that they lose vision of we're all one company. That's why we're calling it, as Kelly says, One Orion.
And we really liked how Kelly brought to the table building her team.
Yes. She built with the end in mind. To me, I simplify that. It's a plan.
Right.
You put a plan in place.
You're intentional.
Then you go execute.
Right.
It's not you're just every day, okay, what do I want to do today? Okay, let's do this. How can we do this? No, there is a, quarterly, that's why we have quarterly coaching and moving it through. It all comes together now.
Right.
People can see it. But yeah,
Right.
If you put a plan in place, you're going to be more successful.
Well, Kelly definitely has put a plan in place.
Yes.
And she's killing it, her and her team, things they're doing. So we're really thankful for her contributions to today's webcast.
Very excited for the marketing team.
So remember that we've got Orion Strengths. Another way that Orion is investing in our leadership is that this month we're rolling out Orion Strengths to all leaders. And so we're excited about that as well.
And remember, you need to log on to that achievement site. Even if you're watching it in a conference room with a group, that's fine. We encourage that. I think that's even better. But the event code is Kelly for this month. You need to all log on individually into your own phone so we can get a better attendance record and number for us.
Also, when you go onto that achievement site, there's additional resources there that you can find that are tagged to this webcast that you can use in your team meetings to make those more effective.
And that goes all the way back to 2018 when we started
Right.
this management training.
Right.
And they said, hey, well, yeah, you say we need to do activities in a team meeting. What are they? Well, this is what we're trying to do. Give a place, a library where they can go pull and do an activity with their team.
That's awesome. Well, until next time,
Let's lead on.